Hey, what's up, guys? So this is a crazy hidden code gem, the UPS Airlines Flight 2976. Do you guys remember this crash last year on November 4th, 2025? Well, do you guys remember this dash cam video? Watch. Oh, shit! Alright, and my friend Dave, he's been running these scripts for about a couple of years now. Actually, I think 3 or 4, but watch. Oh my god. That's crazy. So we don't have the actual source of the file from Pearl Abyss, but Dave's script actually detected the match and the hidden gem at around 142, I believe. So you need to download the MP4, and we need to use a little byte extractor script to get the bytes from this frame. And I can't tell how to download the MP4 from YouTube, otherwise they will remove the video. So just get the MP4 of this video. Let's go. So previously on our Dave Niehaus video, we had to use this PowerShell script to read the bytes at the specific timestamp. So for MP4s, it's a little bit different because it's a container format. So we're just going to be using FFmpeg, and Dave's bots, the script that he runs, he only uses the first 64 bytes of it from half of the file. So we're just going to export the frame data at the specific second right here, which is at 1 minute and 43. So let's run this and select our file, official reveal trailer, Pearl Abyss, and then bam, baby, we got our bytes right here. So you want to just copy these and go to our ASCII compare tool, paste, and make sure that you delete that pesky little white space right there. Oh, right there, delete that. There we go. Okay, so 128 characters, and then our hex sum is right here. Let's copy this puppy. Oh, we need to open up our GemFinder 9000. Open this guy up. Bam, dude, this guy is awesome. All right, so let's paste that in there, and then we're gonna do caps lock UPS, and then let's get started. Convert and update. Let's go. So this one's a little tricky, so we need to find the date, November 4th, 2025, and we're gonna use the total character sum, which is 11. You go right here, hover over the sum. 8 plus 2 plus 1 is 11, so that's gonna represent November. And then for 4, we're going to be using UPS, and we're going to be using the modulus right here, and we're going to do 26 plus 26 right here, which is 52 in ASCII, and that represents the symbol 4. So that's going to be November 4th. Okay, so for the 2025 year, it's kind of crazy. I've never really went this deep before, but for the hex value, we have to find EA7 in hex, and that represents 3751 in octal, and that equals 2025. So to find the E, we have to do T character sum, which is right here, and that's going to be 11, and we're going to add 37 to the B value right here in the decimal RGB, and that's going to equal 48, and then we're going to minus 3 because there's 3 characters in UPS, and that's going to be 45 in hex. And if you go up here to 40 to show hex values, that's E right there. And then for our next character, we need to go UPS modulus, and we're going to be using the 26 for the G decimal RGB, and we're going to add the hex sum, which is 18 right here, and that is going to equal 44. And then we're going to minus 3 because there's 3 characters in UPS, and that's going to be 41 in hex, and 41 in hex is A right here. And then for 7, this one's fucking, I don't know how I found this, but for 7 UPS, we're going to do the modulus, and we're going to do 26 plus 26, and that's going to be 52 plus the 3, and that's going to be 55. And then if you go up here and switch to ASCII, that's 7 in ASCII. And so now that we have EA7 right here in hex, that represents the decimal 3751. Well, 3751 in octal represents the year 2025. So we finally got it. Holy crap. Our crash letters, we need to find C, and we have to go to subtract on our gem finder, and we're going to get 26 right here plus the 37, and that's going to equal 63 in hex, which is right here. And then for R, we need to go to UPS, and we're going to go to the modulus, and we're going to do 26 plus 26 right here, and that's going to be 52 in hex. And then for A, we need to go to add, and we're going to get 83, which represents the capital S in UPS, plus 11, which is the total character digit sum. And we add 3 to that because UPS is 3 characters, and that's going to be 97 in ASCII. And then for our second to last character, we need to go to UPS. We get the digit sum on here, so 11 plus 18 plus 24. It's actually a really cool one, and that equals 53 in hex. And then for our last character, we have any operation, and we're going to be using 37, which represents the B decimal RGB, and we're going to add 18, which is the hex sum right here, the hex digit sum, my bad, and that is going to equal 48 in hex. So we got our gems. I already wrote them out for you guys, and let's come down here to our visualizer. Let's paste these guys in here and animate the gems. Let's go.